Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo! Welcome to LCameraTV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the show. Cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, definitely hit your bell icon, hit the notification so you never miss a video. I drop, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I try to drop every day, whatever. Sometimes I miss a day or whatever. Also, you know, I drop at different times of the day sometimes, depending on the situation. So I definitely want you guys to hit the bell icon so you never miss a video, alright? And guys, we got a lot to talk about, man. It is the last day of training camp in Camp Wofford. In Camp Wofford, you know, it's not the last day of training camp, but, you know, it's the last day we are going to be in Camp Wofford. You know, the Panthers are going back to Charlotte. That's, you know, pretty cool, you know. It was, you know, I don't know how long they're going to be doing this Camp Wofford thing, but, you know, it is something that, you know, I guess players like and dislike. You know, some of them like that they could be around their brothers and their teammates for an extended period of time. Some players, you know, miss their family. I think all the players miss their family, but, you know, it is something that they're doing, and we'll see how long they continue doing it. But since it was the last day, some stuff happened, man. Some O lineman and a D lineman caught a punt return. You know, one of our quarterbacks did not have a great day, but, you know, it's nothing too much to overreact about. And I want to talk to you guys about something else, man. So we got a lot to talk about. So let's get started. Because this was the last day at Camp Wofford, whatever, and it's basically kind of like the last day of school for them, which, you know, they stated themselves, some of the players stated as the last day of school. They decided, man, you know, they wanted to ask Ron Rivera to see if they can, you know, get off a little bit earlier, start their vacation or their day off, whatever, a little bit earlier, and, you know, before they go to Charlotte. So Ron Rivera said, okay, we'll do it if, you know, two big guys, which is an O lineman and a D lineman, you know, can catch a punt, and they get 4 opportunities. They got to catch 2 out of 4, right? So my man Taylor Moton, who I ain't gonna lie, man, I've seen videos of Taylor Moton, man, whatever. He looks pretty athletic. You know, they do like the linemen do kind of like a passing drill, you know, to the other linemen, whatever, on Fridays. And Taylor Moton, man, I seen him catch a one-handed catch, and from what they're saying, that he catches everything. So they, you know, the O lineman chose Taylor Moton to go up and catch the punt, and the D lineman chose Dontari Poe. Now, Dontari Poe, if y'all know, in Kansas City, you know, he's just a very athletic guy, and I think in Kansas City, you know what I'm saying, I think he got on the offense a few times, or whatever, like once or twice. So he's a very athletic guy, very good guy. And they did the punting drill, and Taylor Moton and Dontari Poe both caught the punts, man. So they would leave early, man. The players were excited, they were happy, whatever. And you know, in the beginning, Ron Rivera messed with them and said, "Oh, you know, we're not gonna leave early." But you know, he ended up letting them leave early, which is pretty cool, man. But that's what I like to see, man. Dontari Poe, I already knew he was athletic. I knew he was, you know, a disruptor, you know, and you know, I kind of figured that, man. But the one that surprised me is Taylor Moton. Taylor Moton, you know, I thought he could be a good right tackle. I think he could be a good player in general. But I didn't know he was this, like, athletic for his size. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, catching passes, catching punt returns and stuff like that, whatever. He has pretty good hand-eye coordination. But I think, you know what I'm saying, he's pretty good at moving his feet. So that's probably why he's pretty good at being, you know what I'm saying, a lineman. So, you know, I'm happy to see that, man. It was a pretty cool little event, man. They don't really do much like that, you know. So it was pretty cool to see. And Ron Rivera can be, you know, not a softie, but, you know, a good, you know, he'll go along with a lot of stuff. Sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying, he'll go along with some things, whatever that the players want to do, especially with Cam and TD. They're kind of like the guys who petition for the team or whatever, stuff like that. So when it's TD or Cam going up to talk to Ron Rivera about some stuff, usually he'll go along with it. So it was pretty cool to see that. It was definitely a different side of the football team and just Ron Rivera in general. So I was pretty happy, man, and it just showed me another side of, you know, our D tackle Dontari Poe and our right tackle now Taylor Moton, man. So it was really cool to see, man. It was pretty cool. And, man, maybe Taylor Moton might go out there for some passes, man. Let's see. You know what I'm saying? We could do a trick play. I think the Patriots did it before, too. They sent out a lineman, man, for a touchdown. So we'll see, man. Maybe Taylor Moton block for a little bit and then go out as a receiver, catch a pass, and, you know, score us a touchdown. We'll see how that goes. Now, in other news, which is kind of bad news, our quarterback, Cam Newton, obviously, who's going to be our starter, he didn't have that great of a day in camp, man. He threw 3 interceptions, and it could have been 4, but I guess the guy couldn't corral it in. But this is why I'm not that worried about it. Now, mind you, interceptions are interceptions. The interceptions are bad. We don't want interceptions, and obviously, that's never something that I would want. But the reason why I'm not too worried about it is because it's kind of like well, obviously, let me say it like this. He did get sloppy at the end because obviously this is towards the end of the Camp Wofford experience, and he got sloppy. I mean, last I think 2 training camps he's been throwing more picks, or 2 or 3 training camps. But like for the first week of training camp, like they weren't getting anybody. Nobody was picking the ball off. You know, so that was kind of concerning for me. That was very concerning for me because obviously, you know, I've been on record saying James Bradbury he could be a good corner, but he doesn't know how to track the ball at all. He doesn't know how to get interceptions like that. So for Dante Jackson and Rashard Golden and all these players, and Mike Adams and Denoris Cersei, all these players not getting picks, that was kind of like eye-raising, you know what I'm saying, eyebrow-raising. Because to me, one of our biggest things when we were successful was turnovers. And if we're not getting turnovers, then that's not a good sign. So for the beginning of the training camp, usually, whatever, for the most part, he was pretty, I mean, I guess you could say he was pretty sharp, or just, you know, the quarterbacks in general were really sharp. But, you know, after a while, after, you know, they've been in the system for a while and they, you know, ran plays for a while and stuff like that, they start, you know, players start recognizing other players' tells and tendencies and things they're looking at. And be honest with you, maybe Cam should have pump faked or, you know, maybe not locked on one receiver, but it happens, you know. So I understand that the defensive players are pretty good, especially I think one play he threw to Luke Kuechly. I mean, it's Luke Kuechly, man. That's all. We all know how great he is. So, you know, one of those was to Luke Kuechly. So Luke is just a very good linebacker. He's probably gonna be a Hall of Famer. If barring anything crazy, he'll probably be a Hall of Famer from what he's done. So definitely, but he threw one to Dante Jackson. He threw one to Alex Carter. He threw a few whatever. So I'm kind of like, is it bad? Definitely, it is bad. And obviously, you know, he gotta tighten up. But I do understand that, you know, if you're constantly doing something over and over again, you get fatigued. And they had like a 1 or 2 days, you know, in between. Well, usually like 1 day between their training camp sessions. So I think he just, you know, he just was rusty. He was like fatigued. And you have bad days, and I think he just had a bad day. But you know, obviously we'll see what goes on. I'm gonna keep on obviously monitoring it, and hopefully it doesn't continue. But I think he just had a bad day. You know, it kind of just didn't win his way today. But the thing I do have to say is that, you know, hopefully that doesn't translate to the season, because Cam does tend to have high and low games. He'll have really good games, and he'll have really bad games. Hopefully, you know, they could try to steady him out, and that's what North Turner's trying to do, and that's what, you know, Scott Turner's trying to do, is get rid of the peaks and valleys and just make him more steady, stable. So hopefully that can happen, man. But I think he just had a bad day, man. I think it happens to the best of us, and I think things just weren't going his way today. So I'll give him a pass. I'll give him a pass for the last like 2 days, because again, the beginning of the training camp. Now, mind you, if he was throwing picks all training camp, that would be a red flag. If he was like sucking it up for the whole training camp, that would be concerning. But they said basically for the first like week of training camp, he wasn't throwing really any picks. You know what I'm saying? It was just touchdowns, maybe incompletes, but no real picks. And now, you know, I think the defense is just getting more acclimated with how, you know, especially the younger guys, how he plays and what he's doing, and they're just, you know, picking the ball off, man. So I'm willing to give Cam a pass on this. I don't want it to continue, but I want to give him a pass. So guys, I'm usually the one basically talking to you guys and you know, come up with the topics and stuff like that. But I want to ask you guys a question, because, you know, like I said, I rock with y'all, y'all rock with me. Y'all already know what it is. You know, I read y'all comments. I don't reply a lot. You know, I'm working on that, but a lot of stuff be going on. But I don't reply as much as I want to, but I do, you know, see your comments. I do interact, you know, when I can. And you know, I like hearing you guys' opinions. So now, one of the people in my comment section was talking about Dante Jackson, and he says he doesn't want Dante Jackson to start because his height and weight, meaning that, you know, obviously Dante Jackson's a slighter frame. He's like 180 pounds. He's like 5'10". Obviously, we have a lot of, you know, taller receivers, taller dominant receivers in the, you know, obviously the Julio Jones, the Michael Thomas, and the Mike Evans, right? So he was like, oh, you know, he don't want a smaller corner starting because he's going to get mossed left and right. My thing is this. You know, I told him I disagree. And the reason why I disagree is because obviously there are shorter corners that are 5'10" that are pretty good. Chris Harris Jr. is one. You know, obviously Darrelle Revis was one. You got Casey Hayward from the Chargers. So there's tons of them that I can name. But my thing is this: I think the Panthers initially, you know, to help out Cam and just to, you know, kind of prepare for their division, they try to get a lot of bigger players, size players that, you know, could have basically, you know, impose their will, right? So you got Kelvin Benjamin, who was 6'5", and he was a bigger guy. He wasn't that fast, but he was a bigger guy. They thought he was going to out-jump everybody. They got Devin Funchess, who's like 6'3", 6'4". Bigger guy, like I said, you know, he's faster than Kelvin. You know, I think he's considerably faster than Kelvin. But, you know, he was just, like I said, a bigger guy, bigger target. The cornerbacks they got was James Bradbury. Obviously, James Bradbury's like, I think, 6 foot, 6'1". They had Darrell Williams. Oh, I'm sorry. Darrell Worley, I'm sorry. He was like 6 foot, 6'1". And they try to go with that. And to be honest with you, it didn't work out well. Obviously, Kelvin Benjamin didn't pan out. We traded him to Buffalo. Devin Funchess is looking pretty good. James Bradbury is kind of panning out. He had a really good year and he had a so-so year. So we'll see how he pans out, whatever. But the Darrell Worley experience, that didn't work out. He traded him away to Philadelphia and got Torrey Smith. The Kevin Seymour guy, you know, who's, you know, he's like 5'10", 5'11", around there. He's sucking it up. So my question is this to you guys. Do you think the Panthers are smarter? Because obviously Ron Rivera stated that, you know, the main thing he sees about his team now is the speed. Everybody's fast. Do you think it's the right thing for them to do to go towards speed and don't worry too much about size and power? Because my thing is this, man. One of the best receivers we got in the league is Antonio Brown. He's not that tall. You know, we have Odell Beckham, who's like 6 foot, you know. So, not, you know, we can't get so hung up on how tall a person is. Because, yes, we have Julio Jones in the division. Yes, we have Mike Thomas in the division. Yes, we have Mohamed Sanu and, you know, Mike Evans and all that stuff. But we also have the Deshaun Jacksons, the speedster, you know. And we gotta look at if a player is good at their job instead of how tall or how big they are. And that's how I feel. Because I've seen us try to do it one way, which is, okay, is he big and is he tall? Is he strong? Is he, you know, and that was more the Dave Gettleman mindset. Whereas now we're looking at, okay, do they have immaculate speed? Are they good corners? Do they, you know, can they close in? Can they track people down? Can they do all this stuff? And I think that's more of a smarter way to do it, because when we tried the other way, you know, people just squatted on our offense. We had a bigger running back who, you know what I'm saying, in Jonathan Stewart, who was a ground and pounder, but, you know, he couldn't really, you know, he wasn't that well at catching out the backfield, and he couldn't really run routes. Now we got Christian McCaffrey, who catches the ball and gets vertical really well. We got, you know, DJ Moore, who's a route runner, and he's not that tall, but he's a route runner. He gets open because of his route running, which is what Antonio Brown does, you know. We got Curtis Samuel, who's a speedster. He's not that tall either. He's like 5'10", 5'11", but he's a speedster. He ran a 4.3. So we kind of got smaller, but we also got faster. So I don't know, man. I think this is a smarter thing to do. I think we tried one way, now we're trying another, and I think this might be, you know what I'm saying, even when we went to the Super Bowl, we had Ted Ginn Jr., who was a speedster, and we had Philly Brown. Those were our main two receivers. Devin Funchess didn't play that much. So, and we had Jericho Cotchery. But my thing is that I think that speed element is going to be beneficial for us. I think the way Panthers are going is the smarter way of playing football. Because as much as I like, you know, the bigger bodies and the moss and everything like that, whatever, once their athleticism goes away and stuff like that, you turn into Des Bryant, or you turn into Kelvin, you know, in a few years. Because I'm telling you, Kelvin Benjamin, sooner or later he's gonna be, you know, he's gonna be big and he's gonna be older, and he's not gonna be able to do the things he's doing now. He has to work on his route running. Hopefully he's smart. He work on his route running now. But you know, so I definitely understand. I like where the Panthers are going. I like their approach now. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to see how y'all feel about the approach. Do I think it's a smart thing or the wrong thing to do? You know what I'm saying? Let me know how y'all feel, because this is definitely a dialogue I want to have open, because like I said, I had a conversation with one of the people in the comment section, and he thinks that, you know, Donte Jackson is too small. I think, you know, if he knows how to play the position, let him play the position. So let me know how I feel. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit, Instagram, and wherever else. And guys, don't forget to hit your bell icon. Definitely turn notifications on, because I upload randomly. Never want y'all to miss a video. And guys, like I said, get in the comment section. You know, get in the comment section and answer my question, man. I want to know how y'all feel. I want to know how the majority of people on my page feel. And you know, cause you know, like I said, I rock with y'all. I care about y'all opinion. I want to hear what y'all think. Y'all are my Panther constituents. You know, my Panther, you know, cohorts. We're all Panther fans. We all rock the Panthers. So I definitely want to hear what y'all think. Whatever. Check out the LCameraTV apparel, merchandise. That link is in the description below. Shirts, hats, mugs, all types of stuff. I think you'll really like it. Whatever. So check that out. That link is in the description below. Like I said before. Check out the Patreon page. You know, you get exclusive content, all types of different stuff that you wouldn't get on the regular YouTube channel. You know, obviously, if you join to the Patreon page, check that link out in the description below. Also, check out my dog Renan Estime's video. That video is going to be at the end screen. So, the very end of my video, you'll see, you know, 2 boxes and a circle. One of the boxes is going to have his video on it. Click it, check it out, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, he's a pretty cool dude, funny dude, very, you know, very funny and intellectual guy, whatever. I think you guys will really like his stuff. And I might, like I said, I want to start doing more stuff with him anyways. So definitely check out his stuff. Share this with all your Panther family, friends, anybody Panther related, anybody football related, anybody whatever related. You know what I'm saying? Share this with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Let them know Panther Nation is rocking with LCameraTV and LCameraTV is rocking with Panther Nation. Thank y'all for all the support. Again, you know, I'm pushing towards 1,100. I'm at, I think, 1,060 right now. Pushing towards 1,100. Thank y'all for all the support, man. And I'll see you guys next time.